Hey guys, how's it going? Isela live with you guys. Like always, we're here every Thursday, and of course we're here with our friend Miss Tami today. A lot of good information that we're going to be talking about today. Yes. But we have a surprise today, I guess. It's like a big announcement for us. Mm-hmm. We have our very own official name. Yes. And I'm excited about it, Miss Tami, as you can see back here. We are now officially Truck Boss. And if you're asking yourself, why Truck Boss? Miss Tami, what do you think? Why do you think Truck Boss?
Because we're the boss. We want them to be the boss.
No, they're the boss. They're the boss. Yes.
We're not the boss?
No, we're not the boss. They're the boss. You guys are the boss. One of the things that we really enjoy and we like is your feedback. Of course, a lot of the times we always ask you, comment below, tag, share. We want to hear a lot of your experiences, obviously on the road, good things like that. And we want to know what, like I mentioned, experiences, but what they, when it comes to a lot of the questions that they might have when it comes to the industry. Well, and speaking of, one of the things that we are going to ask is the top 10 magazines that are out there that truckers read. What are your top 10? What are your favorites? What are the ones that you like to read? We would like to know. So if you don't mind, let us know in a comment below. Or if you know someone else that has, hey, they of course they're going to be reading probably a different one than you. Let them know let us know. We want to know. Why? Because you're the boss. We want to know what you have to say about that.
And if we have a lot of comments, then we may say, hey, this was the #1 magazine out there. If you haven't read it might make you
check it out. And well, with that being said, of course, Truck Boss is always all over the place. And last week we were in Iowa. We were at Iowa 80 at the Jamboree Truck Show, which we enjoyed it. Did you get to see a lot of the good stuff out there, Miss Tami?
I did.
Well, we had a lot of fun. One of the things about Iowa 80, of course, it being our first time being out there, they are located on the eastern side of Iowa and again, I'm going to say, hopefully I don't mess this up, Walcott, Iowa. And they were established in 1964. Yes. I've read that and heard that it's like the truckers' Disneyland.
It is.
And I see why. It is really big. It has a lot of good stuff in the truck stop has like accessories for the truck drivers. There was like movies they've had souvenirs, there was food, all kinds of good stuff. And the museum.
Huge.
Oh yeah, it's huge. And the museum was amazing. They had vintage trucks. They had some, and a lot of these were donated. And what we got to check it out. It was really neat. And of course we enjoyed the food. Our friend Rick out there, he actually gave us a taste of one of the plates that they had out there. It was delicious. And of course, we always want to try the food out there. We had a lot of the vendors. They had live music. The music was really good. It was a really good event. Now, one of the things that, of course, we want to say a big thanks to all the people that were out there that came and talked to us, and they let us interview them. One of them was our friend Paul from Illinois. He was actually in the truck beauty contest.
Yes.
And he had also won. Our friend Chuck from Caledonia Haulers. He was awesome. He had a lot of good information. Yes. We also had our friend Alan and Randy with Trucker Buddy International. And I thought they were really neat. Of course, they bring a lot of safety info. They're bringing that down to the kids. They're involved with the schools and the teachers. And also, of course, the kids usually come home and say, Mom, did you know? Especially when we're on the road. And, if we don't know about the safety, they're letting us know. So it's a learning thing for everyone. And I thought that was really neat because they stay in contact with them.
Yes. When I was driving out there on the road, which was over 20 years ago, but I've kept up with everything, they used to adopt a classroom. And the drivers would send postcards from different places across the country. And the kids, they just loved it. They'd have them posted everywhere and they'd talk about it and look on the map where it was at. So it was a lot of good information for them, too.
They did. No, they did. We actually got to see a lot of the pictures and the postcards and the drawings that the kids did. And a lot of kids really enjoyed that. Also, we were out there with our friend David from Tax Solutions. Of course, that's very important that you got to keep up with your taxes. And if you have questions, David will help you out. And we also we make friends all over everywhere we go, whoever we speak to. But one of our good friends, Michael A. Manual Trucking Company. There were one of my faves as well. They also they raise money for autism.
Oh.
Our friend Michael, with his daughter being autistic, he said, I'm going to do something. And he has the truck and it has puzzles.
Oh, yeah.
And we thought it was really neat. And there are also a lot of the events. And well, of course, now Truck Boss is going to be all over the place with a lot of events coming up. Just want you to know that we don't want you guys to miss out on that. Now, one of the places that we're going to be going to is going to be coming up this weekend. And we don't want you guys to miss out. That's actually here in Oklahoma City.
Yes.
And that is actually going to be at the state fairgrounds.
Yes.
And that's going to be going on through, that's going to be July 27th to 29th. And it's going to be the American Truck Show Circuit, again, here in Oklahoma City. We're going to be out there. So if you guys are out here, stop by and say hi. We would love to talk to you guys, interview, all that good stuff. Of course, like I said, Truck Boss is going to be all over. And that's not even it. Here goes a little bit more. We're also going to be in GATS in Dallas, Texas. And that's going to be August 23rd through August 23rd through the 25th. So you don't want to miss out on that. We're also going to be doing interviews there as well. We're going to be live, and we want to know a lot of feedback from you guys. Again, because you're the boss, we want to know what's going on your side. And Miss Tami, what else do we have coming up?
We have the NATSA conference that goes around different places in the United States each year and hold it different. They're coming to Oklahoma City this year. And so the night of the reception, we're holding it here at our office, but we're going to be interviewing a futurist that is going to show you about the autonomous trucks. And
oh, wow.
I've seen the presentation in New Orleans, and it's great, but we're going to be interviewing him, and he will be on probably the boss.
On Truck Boss.
Truck Boss.
There we go. And of course, with us, again, being all over the place, one of them, I think that we actually got invited to this, but they said if you're not there, you're missing out. We're going to be at the Guilty by Association Truck Show. That's going to be held in Joplin, and that's with our guys from the Chrome Shop Mafia. Yes, and I've actually seen them. They're pretty neat, and that's going to be going on September 27th through the 29th, and we're also going to be out there. And one more place. We're also going to be at the NHRA Fall Nationals Drag Races in Ennis, Texas, and that's going to take place October 4th through the 7th. So, not only that, when I say that we're going to be all over the place, we're going to be all over the place. So, if you also want to check us out at the truck stops, you're going to be seeing us on the poster. So, find our posters, and if you see, take a picture, tag us in it, share it, comment below from wherever you are. We want to know where you are, because people from all over the U.S. that are watching us.
Right.
And of course, thank you very much for always staying in tune with us every Thursday. We really do appreciate that.
We like them posting where they're watching from.
Yes, we really do.
Sometimes I know where they're at.
Yeah, because you've been there.
Yes.
You've been there. So with you being in the industry so long, you know where all these places are at. Well, speaking of you being in the industry for so long, Miss Tami, let's get down to business. Let's talk about the IFTA.
All right.
So it's very important. What's IFTA?
IFTA is for International Fuel Tax Agreement. If you have a truck plate, let's say out of Texas, then you have to get your IFTA out of Texas. And that is letting you purchase fuel across the country, and it includes every state and the 10 Canadian provinces. And so I guess you're curious how that works.
Yes, I want to know how it works. And especially for a lot of the people who are just, stepping into the industry and they're new and they have these questions.
Right.
Yeah.
So one of the first things that I always tell everybody, no matter what service you use, if you use our service or anybody's service or you do it yourself, you need to fill out a trip sheet, unless you have the ELDs and it prints it all out for you. But you got to have a trip sheet. You have to keep this for 5 years. So what happens is we have a program where you just give us the total miles per state, total gallons per state. We can do the reports for you. We send them to you, let you pay them, whatever. But the way that they figure these taxes up is they take your miles divided by your gallons. Let's just say you come out 5 miles per gallon. You travel 1,000 miles in Oklahoma, 5 miles a gallon. They think that you should purchase 200 gallons of fuel. Okay, you purchase 150 gallons of fuel. Well, the 50 gallons that you didn't purchase, they're going to tax you at their tax rate, which is currently this quarter 13 cents, but it's fixing to go up. And so then, let's say Texas, you do the same thing. 1,000 miles in Texas, should purchase 200 gallons of fuel. You purchase 250 gallons of fuel. So the extra 50 that you purchase in Texas, they're going to give you a credit for them 50 gallons. Their current tax rate is 20 cents. So you're going to be charged 13 cents for Oklahoma. You're going to get credit for 20 cents. So they take and add and subtract all the states, and that's how they come up with whether you owe or you have a credit.
I feel like I'm in algebra class.
I know.
That's a lot of math.
Yes.
So now, is there a way where they can actually save by getting these credits back or not?
Most of the time, you're either going to pay at the pump or you're going to pay on your fuel taxes. So it usually evens out all the same. I did some deep research probably about 15 years ago about this for a huge company that we dealt with, and if they do it cheaper at the pump, they're going to be paying less at the most. But
so that's really smart. So it's very important for them to keep track of that, to just make sure if they're doing the trip sheets, making sure that they keep track of the mileage and the gallons that they use per state.
Correct, but a lot of drivers think that they have to purchase fuel in every state. They don't.
And they don't.
Because just like this here, if they run the same miles in Oklahoma and Texas, they're going to get a credit in Texas. But Texas fuel is probably more expensive than Oklahoma. So they have to figure out where the tax rate's the highest, where it's the lowest, where to go purchase. But yeah, a lot of the drivers, they can get a credit.
So Miss Tami, with that being said, of course, we have a lot of our clients that use the service with you guys. Now, is there a deadline?
Every quarter, which is first quarter is January, February, March. The reports are due in April and so forth. You got April, May, June, due in July, which right now is quarter month, what we call it, and we do reports for hundreds of drivers, and we stay on the weekends, stay late, try to get them done.
Make sure it gets done.
They don't pay that penalty. Also, with the IFTA, we have mileage tax reports that have to be done, which is New York, Kentucky, New Mexico, Oregon. They require a permit in their state. They charge them for each mile they travel in the state. We do those reports also. It's included in our fee.
Oh, wow. So that's very interesting. That's for you guys. Like Miss Tami mentioned before, even if you don't use our services, remember it's very important to keep track of your IFTA. That way, if you're wanting to save or if you're having to pay back, you make sure that gets done.
Right. Most ELDs will keep track of where they ran, and they can run reports about the mileage and stuff. I don't know so much about it keeping track of their fuel unless they put it in there. But yes, that's one of the most important things. Well, that's great. Thank you, Miss Tami, for all your good info. You always have good information, and you guys, thank you for always tuning in. But before we go, I want to let you guys know that Truck Boss, again, will be all over, so don't miss out on the upcoming events. And, of course, next week, we will not be doing our live like we do every Thursday. It's actually going to be done that Friday. Why? Because we're going to be at that event next weekend. And of course, the event is going to be at the, here, let me remember. Because, we want to make sure, we're going to be at the Oklahoma State Fairgrounds, and you guys don't want to miss out. And of course, remember, that's going to be July 27th through the 29th, and that's the American Truck Show Circuit, and we hope to see you guys there. And again, remember, guys, let anyone know that if they have any questions or if there's anything that, so we want to hear your feedback, because you're the boss. Remember this, you're the boss, and we want to know. So tag, share, comment below. Either way, we want to make sure that we're going to be there to answer questions that you might have. And if you have questions on your IFTA, always give us a call. So stay tuned. We will be here with you guys next week. And again, thank you, because you are the boss, and you're the boss.
You're the boss. All right, see you next week.